PaperKlay is an indie 3D platformer with a unique art style and funny characters that you can meet along the way. Save your village as Chick and Nugget from the evil Nox on a flying ship that stole your town's eggs. I said earlier in the year that I wanted to play more indie 3D platformers because I just really love them. They're really close to my heart platformers. I grew up playing a lot of them whenever I got a chance to, and so I just wanted to explore more of the indie space with platformers because I realized I hadn't really explored it too much, and there's a lot that I need to catch up on. And man, I'm really glad that was a goal for this year because there are so many cool ones that are coming out or have come out already so far. This one in particular is super cute and is a great playthrough. It's short and cute and you can probably play it in a weekend and just have a really good time with it. It's available now on Steam and there's actually a discount for the first launch week, so feel free to check it out. Also, big thank you and shout out to Future Friends Games for sending over a key so I could review this game. They've been a great team to work with. I've worked with them quite a bit. They're always super nice and I really appreciate their support of this channel. There are 4 biomes that you can travel through. They're kind of like the big overworld biomes that you can travel through. And in these biomes, there are these books that have extra levels, kind of like challenge levels. And they're really fun. There's quite a few of them. I think there's somewhere around 5, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, in each of these different biomes. These levels get more and more difficult, at least they did for myself, as you continue through the game, and they are rewarding as you play through them. My only complaint is that just a few of them, out of the many of them that there are, felt a little too long. Like I kept thinking that I was getting close to the end of the puzzle and then there was more and more and more. There's one in particular in a mountain biome that I felt like was just really long, like in the snowy mountain, and it just felt like it was taking a long time, and it could have just been me for some reason was impatient at that time, but that one felt extra long and it was like I was like, hey, when are we getting to the end? And that's like one of the few times that I felt like that. Otherwise they're usually pretty balanced and really fun. They're also themed, like I mentioned, one was a snowy mountain area. There's also library areas. Some of them are in these other biomes where you can meet a character. They're kind of cool and they're all really unique, which makes it interesting every time you walk up to a book to see what it's going to be like inside of this little mini puzzle where you can find eggs. And at the end of each one of these puzzles, you are guaranteed to find an egg. And I think there's also sometimes 1 to 2 eggs in the overworld of the larger area. So definitely make sure you're looking around and searching for everything and collecting everything you can. There's also a few of these puzzles that are exclusively with Nugget. So like I mentioned, there's Chick and Nugget. Chick is the kind of main character that you, well, not really main, but it's the main character you play as throughout the game. Nugget is there kind of on Chick's back or in the bag that he's wearing, and they're kind of on this adventure together. Nugget's a bit younger, so, you know, Nugget can't jump or do any of these fighting moves. And so when you do these puzzles where it's exclusively Nugget you play as and Chick isn't there, they reminded me a lot of like Captain Toad Treasure Hunter, where you're kind of rotating the puzzle and the screen, like the environment you're walking on, and you can't jump and you basically just have to go find certain buttons till you can find an egg or other special items in there. And I really liked those puzzles just because I did like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Like that was a good game that I got on my Switch a really long time ago. And so I really like those, and I really like that Nugget got to have his own little spotlight because he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. I was actually really surprised to find out that there was a little like leveling system that you can do for Chick. So you can upgrade Chick's health, so there's more health bars, so you can take maybe some more hits, or you can upgrade the glider. And so you got to make sure you have all the buttons that you can and eggs so you can get these certain unlocks. There's quite a few of them. So definitely work on collecting that stuff because you're definitely going to need them for that. And you're also going to need them to unlock different outfits. For each biome, there's a new outfit that you can wear to kind of fit in, and they're just so cute and adorable. So why wouldn't you save up some of your buttons and get those cute little outfits? The art style, like I mentioned, is super unique and fun, and I really love the paper/clay effects on the 3D models. I've delved into that actually on my own in my own 3D art, and it is quite difficult, especially if you're going to animate them. For myself, though, I'm in a beginner stage still, so I really did appreciate seeing this indie dev really use this like crafting, like arts and crafts look with all of their characters, especially like some of them are knitted. They almost look like they'd be like stuffed animals in real life. So like there's like sock puppet vibes. There's like they just look like they've been crafted together, as well as like some of the enemies that you can fight. There's just like little enemies here and there. They're also very like arts and crafts inspired, and I really liked that. I think that looks so cool, which is why I've explored like that kind of texture before in my own art, and I just think it was really well executed, and I think it looks really cool. in the world. And I think like the folding paper, certain puzzles will have like paper unfold and stuff, and I just thought that was really cool. I really liked it. Sometimes there are characters in the book levels and sometimes there aren't. You're mostly going to find these characters in the overworld that you're walking through, and they're really funny and cute. The voice acting is really funny. It's all voice acted, so you don't have to do like a ton of reading in case that's something that's difficult, which is why I think this is a good game that you can show kids, like whether it's your kids or your friends' kids. Like definitely I think it's a game that's good to introduce them to 3D platformers, though they probably will need some help getting used to the controls depending on the age range, obviously. But I definitely think it's a good one for beginners, and I know a lot of people have already been saying they've been playing this with their kids, and their kids have been having a good time. So yeah, a lot of these characters are so cute, and you do help them do these little like find their kid. A lot of them are kids related, like finding someone's kids or helping the kid like removing enemies so the kids can go swimming and like stuff like that. But it's really fun because you can kind of throw the kids around. It's kind of funny. It always made me laugh when I did it, but it doesn't hurt anybody. You're just moving them to get to wherever it is their parent is usually. But there are also other puzzles. It's not always kid related, but there's a lot of really fun stuff and cute little characters around the world to make it look alive. There's only one time with these character, like, kind of little mini quests. Usually you just go and find an object, like, sometimes it's their kid, sometimes it's, like, a musical instrument, sometimes it's helping them collect something. So, in these, they're usually pretty straightforward. There was one with a character that is in one of the book quests, and they wanted you to play a game with them, and I had no idea what I was supposed to do it. It was, like, a lava game, like, Floor's lava energy, and I just don't know if I did it. Like, I honestly did what they had said, but nothing happened, and I thought maybe I did it wrong. So when I went to talk to this character again, they never clarified, like, if I did it or didn't. They kind of just said random dialogue that had nothing to do with what they just talked to me about. And so I think I actually didn't complete that little, like, game they wanted me to play, because I noticed when I looked back at the book, you can see all the rewards you collected. There was 2 missing. And I think it's because I didn't complete 2 of the games. That's one level that comes to my mind right away. And I'm not showing footage from the entire game. You're really only seeing footage from the first overworld biome, because I just don't want to spoil it, the game too much. So you're only seeing one of the 4 that I ended up going to in the game. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. It could have just been me, but I did get stuck on that like once or twice, like just not sure what I was supposed to do, but not getting any reassurance from the character that I even did it or didn't do it. As we all know, platformers have to have smooth controls, and I must say this one on the sticks feels really good on a controller, which is how it's kind of recommended to play this game. And honestly, it's the best way to play platformers in my opinion. That's just a personal thing for me. It's just the most comfortable way to play them, and I must say it feels really great. If the movement is very, very smooth. It was already smooth at the demo, and I can feel it's been tightened up a lot for this main release, and it is really fun. I'm really glad that Chick can grab onto edges, and usually if you don't grab an edge, you're probably doing it wrong. Like, it's not really a game thing, like you need to do timing differently or stuff like that. So the controls are really great. There's not really much room to blame them. If you miss something, usually there's a different spot you can jump off of, and I never found myself being like, oh, the controls are off. Like, it was me off in that moment. So I really did appreciate the controls feeling so nice, and I'm just really happy with how that felt, and I never really got upset at that or frustrated with the controls. They were great. This game also works splendidly on Steam Deck. Now, it's not officially verified or anything, or even like marked as anything on the Steam Deck yet as far as this video is recording, which is the end of May. So it should eventually get Steam Deck verified, because it worked great. I played it in handheld mode, I played it on a TV docked, and it worked really good both times. Like, the frames weren't dropping, everything was really great. And it was easy to just turn on and play the game, and it didn't eat my battery up. And I have the original Steam Deck, so I don't have like the OLED with the bigger battery life. So I was playing it for a long time and had a really good time on my Steam Deck, and it ran great on there. So you can bring all of your egg collecting adventures with you wherever you go. Overall, I just really had a great time with this game. I really did enjoy it. Like I mentioned, each level was unique and interesting, and I think it's like one I mentioned that kids are probably going to really enjoy. It's really sweet, it's short, it only took me just about 5 hours to play, and it's just really fun. So it's a good introduction to platformers, I think, for a younger audience. So yeah, let me know if you're going to check out PaperKlay. I will leave a link for the Steam page down below. Hopefully this eventually can come to more consoles, but again, that is dependent on how the game does. It is an indie game, so I don't know if it will come to consoles. There's no official word of that yet. It's just on Steam, so enjoy it while you can on Steam, and that support will definitely help more people to be able to experience this game or hear about it. Share this video if you think someone will enjoy PaperKlay. And thank you so much for being here. Big shout out again to Future Friends Games for letting me have a key so I could check this game out for myself. It's really awesome, and I'm just so happy with this indie platformer, and I'm just so excited to see more because I want to see more 3D indie platformers this year. That was a goal that I made at the beginning of the year to y'all, that like, we got to be checking out more of them because I'm always missing them, and this is a really good one that I think you shouldn't miss if you like 3D platformers. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to stay safe, hug your loved ones, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!